Right, so this is part 2. So this is the advanced on how to speed up your Android device. And of course, part 1's the beginner. Initially, we'll go over a couple of things here. I won't be showing you. If you want to see how to do it, you actually have to look at the video showing the settings for a beginner or someone just on the fly wanting to do it quickly. So basically, to speed up your phone, of course, you want to go into Play Store and go and turn off auto update apps, especially if you're going slow. As soon as you go on the internet, things are locking up. It's because every single one of these apps is asking doesn't need an update. Whatever one does then starts updating in the background. Alright, so first, that's the first thing. Next thing you want to do is go into your phone settings. Just go down to the bottom and update your phone. Make sure it is all up to date. So you go into software updates, and then check for updates, etc. But you can also go into settings here after that's all done and turn off auto updates. When I've got here never. You can choose, there's monthly, etc., weekly. If you don't want it every daily because it's a pain, you go on the online and it's freezing up. That's why. Okay, so put it on monthly if you think you might forget. If you think you can come in here and do it manually, just put on never. That way it's not going to slow you anything up. But that's just on the updates on there. That's your phone update. Alright. So next thing you want to do is get in here. The usual story, go to about phone, build number. As I said, we've done this on the beginner one, so I'm not going to go over it too much. You're pressing it 7 times, blah, 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 till you're developer. Then go to here and find where your developer options are. They could end up being in updates in some phones, or they could end up being system, depends what sort of phone you got. Go into advanced developer options. Okay, we want to go all the way down, right at the bottom, and then come up a little bit, and you should find Windows Animation. There we go. Okay, you see here, because I'm a beginner, we already turned these off, or you've got it on 0.5. I suggest doing that on something that's just a 2-core or a 4-core. 2-core definitely off. This phone here, we're doing this on the Vodo, what's it called? No, the Smart N12. It is apparently a 4-core. We learned on the beginner video. Wouldn't have thought so. It's sort of running more like a 2-core processor. So it could be that this phone had a fault with it, maybe a faulty processor and it's not using all of them. Don't really know. I would have thought a 4 processor would have handled 0.5 easily, even up to 1, but no. But I mean, if you've got an octa-core phone that's an octa-core, it's got good gigahertz speed, you might find you're right at 1.5 or 2. You could have a real good enhancement. But this is for speed ups anyway. So even if you are on a real good phone, you could still do animation 0.5 or animation off, and it's just going to give you all that extra speed. As I say, you may not need it. You might have a phone that's going fast when you've got that set to 1.5 or 2. Well, next thing you want to do, of course, this is speed up for any sort of phone. But these are speed ups especially for phones that are, shitty phones from the get-go, really. It's just a way to speed them all up. Now, my other recommendation is to actually put your apps. Don't fill your phone up with your apps that you're putting on. Actually put them on your SD card. 2 reasons for that. Number 1, it's not going to clog your phone up, so it's not going to be having to go through all your phone to find everything. It's going to be on your SD card. But the other thing is if you do a system reset, all you've got to do is take the SIM card out, take your SD card out, do a reset on your phone, and then put your SD card back in. All your apps are still there, but you've reset the phone. Alright. I also like this one, but that's because I use different apps. Alright, so I don't suggest that for everyone. That force all our apps on external. The way for you to do it is just to go into, I'll show you shortly. Right here, destroy activities as soon as the user leaves it. We can do that. I've got that on this because it's a slow phone. And here, background, we don't want that on standard. With this phone here, I'd put it on no background processors. But we'll just put on 1 just to see how it goes. prefer to have it on no, because that way you know nothing's running in the background. But there is the occasional thing that has to run in the background, but we're turning auto updates off, all that stuff, so nothing's going to need to run in the background, alright? If it is running in the background, it's probably doing something it shouldn't be, whatever it is. So we're going to go no background on my one. Up to you, just put 1 or 2. Just see how your phone goes with it first. I mean, my preference is to go none. Right, so see here, remember I told you about this one, allow apps. Don't you worry about clicking that one, you don't have to. Just go out of here, go into storage. So you go back up to the top, go to your storage there. Right, and you should have the option here. Oh shit, SD card's not in here. Alright, if the SD card was in here, you'd have a thing here saying the SD card, and then you could actually choose for your storage. You see here it's got the wee blue dot. You can move that down, so that way apps are installed into your actual SD card. But if it doesn't give you that option, that other one we just went into in the system developer options, which was force allow apps, no matter what the manifest values were, you could just go and do that. But you should have an option on the storage. Let's just get a different phone here that's got a SD card in it just to show you. I'll go into settings. Where are we? Alright, storage. Right, you'll see here default storage, internal storage, SanDisk SD. Say you want to be putting it on your SanDisk, the SD card, that way all your apps go on there. And the reason I said that that's the way to do it is I say it's not going to clog your phone up, but also just in case, because sometimes the easiest thing to do with a phone, if everything's going haywire, let's say your battery's going hot, yeah, you've tried some of the fixes I've told you on other videos, and maybe everything's, yeah, it's still not going right. Your best option is going to be to do a reset. Alright, and I've shown you that beginner one, how to do a system reset of it. Yeah, all you're doing is going to your settings. But as I say, if you've got your apps on the SD card, you're going to be fine. Just take out your SD card. If you haven't, write down what apps you want or save them where you want them. Alright, where are we? Alright, so the other thing to do is go into, the same for speed up, etc. Now, either way, when we're doing this, going into these settings, there are going to be certain things you've joined where you might have signed in with passwords, etc., or your account details for certain Google accounts, things like that. You will have to sign back in if you're doing all these. Of course, you go into the apps, and every single app, I mean, the first ones you want to do to see if there's any difference is go into your carrier services, go into Chrome, and Drive. I mean, I don't use it, it should be taken out. Where are we? Files by Google, where are we? There we go. Google Play Services, Google Play Store. Should be Google's carrier services. Oh, was that up here? Oh, yeah, there. That's the one that log traces everything. Righto. So what you want to go to is go and do these ones. Just go and clear all the data. Alright. So you go into your storage and cache. You can clear just cache, but I prefer you actually go into the storage and clear the actual whole storage out. As I say, when you go back in there, you're going to be re-logging all your info in. So sometimes if it has got to this stage where you've turned the auto updates off, everything, you've taken apps that you don't want anymore, so that's another thing. Go through it. I mean, what do you want your phone for? You know, we want a clock, we want a calendar, we want a browser so you can go on the internet, and you want your phone and you want your messages. And some people are going to want Facebook or Twitter or X, I should say, and sorry, excuse me, Messenger. So there's going to be a few different, main ones. So you know, and I mean, some of you might have a drone, so you've got to have an app for flying a drone. You might have a fish seeker or fish, you know, different things like that. But of course, what you can actually do, let's say you've got a, we've got a fish, oh yeah, fish seeker, right? So for me, the fish seeker is not being used at the moment. So, I mean, what I could do is actually go into force stop, all right, see up there, and actually stop it altogether, so that way, that one's just not going at all, all right. I mean, some of you have disable, maybe an option. Of course, here, what have we got there? There's no other options on that, just clearing that out. So, you know, there's ways around it, so you don't have to get rid of it. But as I say, if you're going to this, done all, just your Google ones, and actually if you're having a slowdown with your internet as well, I have put that on the beginner one, or I've put that on fixing your battery problems if you've got overheating problems. So look for my other videos there on fixing, you know, if you've got your phone going flat every 2 hours, or your phone's overheating, there is a fix there for all that. Yeah, basically, let's say you've deleted all the catchy, all the data. I just do the data, it does the catchy as well. I mean, if you don't want to lose all your passwords, all that sort of stuff, you only want to be doing the catchy. Alright, so you go in there, go into your storage, and you go clear catchy. Alright. But as it is, actually, I might as well, there's a bit catchy there. Alright. So, done. That'll be because we're in the Play Store before doing a big update. Google Play Services. But as I say, what you want to do is the whole data, especially if you've got, you know, problems with the phone. I'm just going to get back up here, go to this one. Same thing. Oh, catchy's already done it. As I say, if you clear the storage data, you're going to have to re-sign in with everything. But that may be something you're going to have to do to be able to get the best optimal speed up. Now, let's say you've done all that, and it's still not going as well as planned, or let's say you didn't want to have to go through all that. You can get yourself a couple different apps. One's System Repair, one's called Repair System. I don't think you'll find these on Play Store. This one here does require you to be on the internet to fix your file system. That one doesn't. Alright, so this one here is a really good one. Oh, sorry, other way around. This one that needs to be, is it? But you know, if you get this system thing saying that, of course, display apps won't do it because it's slow down your phone. Okay. And we can actually go in and change that so it can display over other apps. That's because I've turned all that off. But anyway, right, you'll see here. So notice there it wasn't going to work, but if you exit out, it'll still boot up. So CPU cooler, that's just going to show if there's anything running. Alright, for you, there may be something still running here. Right, but it shouldn't be after, as I said, we went into developer options and I've turned off background processes. So that's why this here's got nothing running. Okay, so for me, having this app, I mean, it's great, but I mean, I do it all manually anyway. But this would get rid of those background apps. If you know, let's say you said standard limit, that could have about 8 or 10 in there. RAM Booster is a great one. I mean, you may find on, you know, if you're using Google Play Store, look for, you know, phone optimizing, things like that. We see there running processors, there's 20, 75% of the RAM's being used, so we'll optimize. I mean, some of them out there are probably duds, but, you know, if you find that you've done it and all of a sudden the phone is working better, or you know it's doing something. And look at the remarks too before you download an app. See what other people's feedback is. See here, fixing file system, fixing system reboot. The good thing is if this one, once it's actually finished, it'll bring up a list, we'll show you that. And it will show you how many core processor your phone is, etc. You know, your battery, how healthy your battery is, etc. It's up to you. It's your own risk to use an app, you know, and that's an app. As I said, I don't know if that one's actually on Play Store. So you're taking a risk trusting that someone else is going to be legit, that whoever the developer is of a certain thing. But I've used this many a time. It seems fine. I've used it on about 8 different phones, different brands of phones. And it seems to be a great all-rounder. It does, yeah, speed, you know, fix things up for you. But if you're not wanting to use that, as I say, we've just done everything manually before. You know, we didn't have to do RAM boot, optimize. We're already doing that by shutting everything down that we've already done. So this is going to show some handy information. I've shown this on my one for checking your battery. You know, if you've got battery drain going on, so we can go up there to battery. So, but that's in the battery video anyway. Shows you all that. Of course, here it's telling you the health of it's good. So you got one draining like hell, and this here's telling you it's a good battery. You know that. But that's in the video for batteries anyway. If you see here, this gives us a bit of info on this phone. It's a 4-core. Tells you how many core phone it is. Available storage. So it's 2 GB storage. Okay, 2 GB. That'll be memory storage. They won't be the hard or the actual. Right, anyway, out of here. Right, so the next thing you want to do, as I say, instead of going through all these, doing each one individually, when we were deleting the cache and data before, remember we're in here, you go to your apps, remember we're in here, I'll just go into one quickly. Right, and we went to storage cache, and then delete cache. That was mainly on them Google ones, right? The other one you do want to do, especially if your internet's going slow, and if you do have problems with battery, I mean, it isn't the battery video that I'm showing. Go into your SIM toolkit. Where are we? SIM toolkit, that one. Alright, storage and cache. And you want to delete the storage and cache on this one. Alright, just delete storage, deletes cache as well. And then do a restart of your phone. Of course, usual way, hold the power button until your restart option comes up. Don't do turn off and turn back on, do restart. Alright, hold the power button. Alright, go to restart, press that one. Alright. But, as I say, if you found that hasn't helped, you still got to slow down, or things are still heating up. Next thing, as I said, if you put everything on an SD card, or just write down what apps you really want back. Of course, what we're going to do is go and reset the phone. Alright. This is the easiest way to do it, is actually in the phone's menu here. Yeah, reset options there. Yeah, every phone's going to be slightly different. You'll see we just found the reset there. Delete all data and do a factory reset. Alright, so that's going to save you mucking around, especially if you don't want to go through each one of those apps, going clear data, clear cache, clear data, clear cache. If you've got all your photos saved to SD card, your apps saved to an SD card, just slide them out, slide the SIM card out, and do a reset. But I actually advise doing the hard reset. So of course that's how you can do it the simple way. But my advice is actually to turn your phone off, turn it back on, and then hold your volume down buttons. So of course, we'll shut the phone off. Actually, should have done this one over here. Alright, so now what you want to do, phone's been powered off, you're going to hold your power button and your volume down button. Some of them it's the volume up button. Just keep a hold of it, you'll see it'll come to another menu. There is the occasional phone out there that actually needs the USB cord plugged in, the charger cord. Alright. Alright, so you see there, that's English. So we want English, press the power button. Sometimes it's the up button for accepting on certain phones, and down button is the only one that cycles through the list. Some phones the up button will be the selection button. Alright, so of course down here what you do is go down to that one there that we just went past, wipe data factory reset. Alright, so that's the one you want to hit that bad boy, away she'll go, and then you have to reset your phone up from a new phone. So then you'll turn your phone on and you'll come to your first initial setup like when you first bought the phone brand new. Of course now you slide your SIM card in and put your SD card in. When you go in here you're going to have all your apps. So hopefully it spit up your phone, and as I say, that saves mucking around deleting, catching data on every app, especially if you've got a few apps. You're better off just doing a complete reset. Come back to the beginning, you've got a factory reset, nice new phone, start fresh. Alright, so if that's helped, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, watch my other videos down there. Remember the beginner ones there to see some of the other settings for speed ups. There's the one on the battery fix if you've got a phone overheating. If your battery's only lasting a couple of hours, so yeah, tell you how to do that. So next video I'll put up as well. We'll do a video on like this will be for an ultra speed up on a phone, and that's of course with Android we've got Google Play Store, everything's going through Google. I'm going to show you how to not use it. So there'll be two ways. So that'll be the next video anyway. So the next video will be showing you how we can not use Google. We can de-Google a phone without changing the operating system. Alright, so you know, I will show you at some stage another way. You know, certain phones, not all phones have got custom ROMs, but there's certain phones we can put a custom ROM in, and that way we can get the updates as well, latest Android updates. But as I say, the next video I'll do will be an ultra speed up on an Android phone, but that'll be de-Googling it, deactivating all the Google stuff, alright, but not changing your operating system. So if you want to see how to de-Google a phone without changing your operating system, how to get it a bit faster, have a look down there. I'll have it titled how to de-Google your phone without changing your operating system. Alright, best luck with it all. Hopefully your phone's going better now. Now remember all this other stuff if you're doing your R in here, just do the wipe data one. Normally it will reboot your phone automatically after. If you do get taken back to this menu, which I doubt you will, just go back to reboot system now. Alright, you don't need any of the other stuff. That's all for developers, and I'll do a video on that another time. Alright, don't forget to leave a like if it's helped. Subscribe if you want more different videos and helps and tips on different things. Phones, computers, the works, whole heap in there. Have a look, check it out. Have a good one.